I'm Keith,
I'm Logan.
and welcome to Hot Zombie Summer, a Resident Evil review and retrospective podcast where we'll be playing through the main games of Capcom's Resident Evil series in release order.
We'll be talking characters, lore, gameplay, thrills, chills, and everything in between.
Yeah, so please join us, and we encourage you to listen along and play along with us as we go on this journey together. All right, welcome back to Resident Evil 3 Nemesis Part 2. Last time we discussed the development of the game, the kind of council politics of the game, and the characters, and this time we're going to jump into gameplay. So we're going to talk about the Raccoon City introduction area. We're going to go up to the clock tower and finish up with uh, a time jump where you switch over to playing as Carlos because Jill gets incapacitated.
That is correct. Yes.
Yeah.
So next time we will be post-time jump. I will also apologize for the loud noise outside. It could be umbrella. I'm not sure.
Yeah, they might be coming to get us
Maybe.
or
Yeah.
blow up their spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that is what we're going to cover this episode. So let's get into it.
Yeah. We're getting close to solving this umbrella thing. We have all the
Breaking
clues. I
it
have a cork
open.
board in my den with red
Yep.
string. Yeah.
Yeah. And Keith does look like Charlie Day.
Yeah, I'm doing the meme. I've got my
Yeah,
my
exactly.
cigarette. Yeah, I'm
Took
pointing
you.
at the wall.
Yeah, I think you were like, wait a second, hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, something said not good. But girls like Charlie Day, so maybe that's a compliment.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I
Well,
think
we
so.
we talked about this. We were like, remember when I texted you? This was like last year. I was like, is the joke that everybody in the main cast of Sunny is hot? And you were like maybe Dennis, but I was like, everybody's hot. And you're like,
That's interesting. I guess it depends on your definition of hot, you know.
yeah,
I feel like people who are into Charlie Day wouldn't say they was hot. They'd say be like, oh, he's cute.
yeah, that's
Like
true.
there's like a hot cute divide. Whereas Dennis would be hot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. What about Frank?
Frank would be, I suppose you could say Frank was cute if you wanted
Yeah,
to.
yeah,
Yeah.
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 Did you know
So,
Rob McElhenney changed his name to Rob Mac?
no, I did not.
Yeah, legally.
Yeah. Well, good for him.
Yeah,
Yeah. He's an interesting guy.
yeah,
He's married to Dee.
yeah,
Yeah, I think so.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. He's
But
friends with Ryan Reynolds.
yeah, that too. He was in
Yeah.
Lost. So good for him.
Oh yeah, he was. He
Yeah, he was like an
was.
extra character. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say something mean about Ryan Reynolds, but I decided not to.
Oh.
So,
Yeah, has the worm turned on Ryan Reynolds? I feel
has
like it
the
has.
has the worm turned?
Yeah, I feel like people are tired of him. They're like, we get it.
I
You're wacky.
So I think that's right, but I've never heard that phrase. This is your weekly installment of introduce me to a
The
new
phrase that you've
phrase.
never heard.
Right, yeah. Gilding the lily
Kelly Lily, the
has the
worm has
worm.
turned.
The worm
Yeah.
has. If I said that, I think I'd get in trouble.
It maybe sounds a little sexual when I say it out loud, but I think it just means like people have changed their opinion, right?
Yeah, yeah, I
Let
get
me
that.
Google this quick. The
If
worm has turned.
if I
Yeah, it's a
s-
thing. I didn't
if
just
I
make it
s-
up.
stroked my chin in my classroom and said the worm has turned, I don't think that'd be great.
The Wikipedia is super intense. So if I Googled the worm has turned, and the first thing that came up is a Wikipedia article saying even a worm will turn, as is the writhing, twisting, screaming of the worm or animal in general can be partly an expression of the pain it feels, and partly of its inability to resist the insult to which it must submit.
What?
That's not what I meant. I just meant people don't like rattle
Yeah.
around anymore.
What is that? That sounds like I feel like Guillermo del Toro wrote that like in preparation
Yeah,
for Frankenstein. That's some
yeah.
weird gothic shit.
He's like, I love my monsters. The idiom the worm has turned signifies a change in circumstances. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
It's just a change. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Guillermo del Toro type of stuff. So,
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I do think people are a little over Ryan Reynolds.
yeah, I think so too. And
Yeah.
Guillermo del Toro, at least for me. I'm kind of
Yeah.
over.
Yeah, me too.
We get
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Did you watch Frankenstein?
I did, and I actually thought it was just okay.
Same here. I was like, this is the most three out of five, 6 out of 10 movie I've ever seen. It was we. again, I understand what it's trying to do. I don't think it was particularly gripping, you know.
No, not really.
Yeah.
And I do like his aesthetic, but it felt more green screen than usual.
It really did, yeah. Yeah, it didn't feel like lived in as much as like a Pan's Labyrinth or even like a
Hmm.
Shape of Water, which I didn't love either. But
Yeah.
yeah, at least there was like some felt like there was some weight to the monster.
Hmm.
Yeah. And this one
Yeah.
felt so like, I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah. I thought I thought that the movie lost a little bit of spirit slash momentum when the Christoph Waltz character was killed.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Even though he was basically just doing what he normally does.
Yeah. But yeah. Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Sweet.
What did you think of the city? Exploring Raccoon City, where the first part of the game is located.
I thought it was cool. I thought it was a cool area. I like running
Yeah.
around. It again feels lived in. Like you'll run
Yep.
by kind of diners and bookstores and different stuff like that, bars. So
Yeah.
yeah, I
And
thought I did a good job feeling like a real, like Midwestern sort of like historic downtown type of area.
yeah. Yeah. Agreed. It felt, yeah, dirty and grimy,
Yeah,
and had kind of like, yeah, a very kind of, like you said, lived in quality that I appreciated.
yeah. There's like burning cars and like
Mhm.
you can tell people try to like barricade out the zombies. There's cars parked together and like different sort of like boxes and pallets and stuff like that stacked up to
Yeah.
keep them out. So that
Yeah.
kind of like directs you, like kind of like confines in a natural way where it sort of directs you as where to go.
Right.
Although I did
Right.
also get confused about where to go at times.
Yeah. I mean, so like the map, I mean, I know we talked about this before recording, but like the map is more detailed than it was.
Yes, you have a little icon for you, which is very much
Hmm.
appreciated.
Right. But it also the
Marked
Raccoon
stayed through,
City,
which is also
that is
appreciated.
also useful, yeah. But the Raccoon City parts are too expansive, I think. Like even then, I mean, I got lost a lot.
Yeah, Lawson turned around where like I knew what I was looking for, but I couldn't remember where it was.
Right.
It'd be nice if you could put like this would probably be too advanced for PlayStation, but if you could put like an icon on the map
Sure.
to
Yeah.
remember like, okay, this is where, the like the fire hydrant was or the hose was. So you
Yes.
know when to come back and get it.
Yeah. Or even like maybe this is even maybe more advanced, but like if they rendered uptown and downtown to look different,
Yeah, that would be nice
just
too.
visually, or
Mhm.
signage, it's like uptown is this way. Because I think I
Yeah,
was like, I could get there with the map, but like you said, I just didn't know where the thing was.
yeah, yeah. So I definitely ran around and got turned around a few times, but
Yeah.
yeah. Overall, I thought it was a good area.
So I mean, really, at this point, the objective is to get out of the city. Pretty
Yeah.
straightforward.
So you're on your last escape from Raccoon City,
Right.
and nothing much happens. You kind of run around, you shoot some zombies, you shoot some dogs, and then eventually you make your way to the Raccoon Police Department.
Right. Which is
That was like the
where,
first kind of memorable thing that happened, at least from what I have in my notes.
yes. And this is our introduction to Nemesis, as well as our brief reacquaintance with Brad, who, as we noted earlier, gets killed by Nemesis
Yeah, Brad
graphically
gets
and
killed in like the
quickly.
bar, right? Like you're in some bar and he gets killed.
Yeah, I think it's like right outside.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, eventually you make your way back to police station and you do kind of like just part of it, just like you don't do the full police station. You're maybe there for I don't know, an hour or so, maybe total.
Right.
Maybe not
And this
even, maybe
is
more like half an hour.
And you have the option, right, to fight Nemesis outside the RPD or run inside where he does not pursue you.
Yeah, I just ran in. I didn't think I had enough
Right.
ammo at
Yeah.
this point to try to fight him. And there's really, yeah.
Yeah. And with these live selection things, anytime I had the option to run away, I did because I was convinced I would just waste ammo on fighting
Which
an
was
enemy I can't kill.
Yeah, which was probably smart. Yeah. So what were we talking about?
Um,
We're talking about Nemesis.
and running inside
You're running
RPD.
inside. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, so what did you think of revisiting Raccoon City Police Department? Like,
It was a choice. Again, I feel like it felt kind of fan servicey.
hmm.
Like, oh, here's a you remember this from that game that you liked? So I don't know. It was kind of I didn't love it. Like I wasn't,
Yeah.
oh boy, it's the police station again, my favorite.
Yeah.
I thought I could have done without it, but I get why they did it. Sort of like give us a grounding where like here's where you are in the world and see the police station before.
Yeah.
But you
I
don't do much. You kind of just go through the basic like first quarter of the police station and then bounce.
Yep. Yeah. And I think that was also an area. I mean, I think a few thoughts. One, this game came out in 1999, so two came out a year before. So it's not like it wouldn't be like revisiting it after a long period of time, right? The second game just came
Yeah.
out.
Yeah,
So
like not enough time had really passed for it to have a big impact, I thought, but
right. And I understand it from a continuity perspective as trying to foreground the fact that this game takes place before and after Resident Evil 2, but I think I was just kind of confused after you run in there. Like, what are we doing there?
yeah, we kind of just get like chased in and then we're just like, well, I'm here. I might as well look around for do some puzzles and find some stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah, they just kind of leave.
it's not super clear to me what,
Yeah. I mean,
you
you do find
know.
a key, right? And then that lets you progress. But again, from like a character motivation standpoint, like what's
Yeah.
your motivation to look around the police station?
Yeah. So, it's fine. It's
Yeah.
fine. I don't think that there was anything notable there that we hadn't done in 2.
Yeah, and especially with how like this game is pretty short. So to have what feels like more recycled content, I think that's what I didn't like about it.
Agreed. Yeah.
Yeah, like we already have a game that is, I mean, I think you put your time on there, you were like 6-ish hours.
Hmm.
Yeah, and I was too. And that's like with me not being very good at the game. So
Right, right.
like you can bang through this game in like 3 hours if you know what
Yeah.
you're doing.
If you really wanted to, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, so it's a little weird to recycle so soon. And then
Just didn't ruin the game, but didn't love it either. Not yeah, it's kind of a eh. That was my
right.
reaction to it. I was like, all right,
Yeah.
here I am.
Do you want to talk about your unfolding headcanon by virtue of the mercenaries memo we find?
Yeah, so we find a but yeah, we find a dead mercenary and he has kind of some more world building type of memo on him. And this is where it talks about like the umbrella bioservices. What was it? UBCS, was it?
Hmm. Hmm.
The UBCS. And he talks about like, oh, Umbrella has this paramilitary force to deal with corporate terrorism and kidnapping. So I thought that was kind of interesting because that would like usually be the realm of like a government of some kind would deal
Yeah.
with that, or at least be like involved in that. So it got me thinking about like what is this world, especially because like Umbrella seems to have a lot of power in this world,
Right.
like
Right.
even more so than a normal corporation would have. Like I know it's kind of sad, it's like oh, it's a company town of Umbrella, but like I grew up in a town where there was like a major, like it's a smaller town with one big employer in it,
Hmm.
and there's a lot of places like that in America. But even then, they don't like they're not like killing people, you know, and like
Right.
bribing. Yeah, like they like
Yeah.
control the town from like an economic standpoint, but it's like not as much as not to this extent.
Right. It's not like martial law.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it got me thinking about like what kind of government does the United States have in this? And what I came to the conclusion of was this is like a libertarian type of place. So
The US in the world of Resident Evil.
yeah, the US
Yeah.
and possibly the entire world in the world of Resident
Hmm.
Evil. Yeah. Because there's I don't know how much you've read about like libertarian theory.
I try to avoid it.
I try to avoid it as well. I've heard mostly from like a critique sort of standpoint, to be
Okay.
fair. So you're a
Okay.
libertarian, come at me, bro. But the big thing with libertarians, they always say like, what's the role of the government? Well, it's to protect the
Hmm.
borders and to enforce contracts. So protect the border,
I
you can
see.
kind of see what that looks like. Yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory. The enforced contracts is kind of weird because like how do they enforce the contracts? You know what I
Hmm.
mean?
Yeah.
Like what does that look
Like
like?
economically or militarily or through
Yeah.
force or.
Yeah. Like, does the government like kill you if you don't sign up for the contracts? But then isn't that like a contradiction for like why
Right,
look at that libertarianism if the government can kill you? That doesn't make any sense.
right, right.
Yeah. So the logical
Hmm.
conclusion for that, and then again, this is like a critique of libertarianism, is that there's still going to be power, but it's going to be basically like a corporation's going to have the power.
Yeah,
So it'll be, an insurance company will insure the contract, and then to enforce it, they'll have like their own paramilitary to enforce it, or a corporation will have their own paramilitary to enforce it.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
So to
mean,
me, that's the bleak vision of Resident Evil's world, is that it's like a libertarian hellscape where corporations all have their own private militaries and like kill people, basically.
yeah, which is sad that that's like not that far off from today.
I mean, I think it's like somewhat far off,
Well,
but I
but
know what you mean. It's
like the
not
big
like, yeah.
ones, right? Like the Amazons, the
Yeah,
Googles,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like
They do
they,
have like way too much control over
yeah,
our society.
and they may not have like Google military, but like I'm sure that like Google has a pretty big security
Yeah.
presence that, is probably more robustly funded than that of like, other nations.
hmm
But
Yeah. No, that's a good way to put it.
but
In the US, like right now, it's more, I hate to use the F word, but it's more like the government, in enforcing, like working together with the corporations to enforce what the corporation wants. Whereas this world feels more like there's like the corporations are just doing their own
I
thing.
see. I see.
And
What was
yeah,
the
they're
F
like
word
more
that you were?
fascism.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, I was like,
You thought I was gonna do a slur.
well, I was like, oh, I didn't think so. You seem too upbeat for that.
Yeah. So
Um,
that was just a weird little
yeah,
tangent that my
yeah.
mind went on. I was like pretty stoned when I was playing this part of the game, to be clear. And when I wrote that, so I was like,
Okay.
damn, what's going on in this world, man?
I love that.
What'd that be
I
like?
love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I played the first part stoned, which
Yeah.
is maybe why
Maybe
I
that's where I got so confused. This part's so confusing.
I'm
I
like,
was like,
I
maybe I
have
was like really high when I did this.
a
I got lost. It's like going in and out the same door. Like, where was I? Oh yeah.
I
Where are my
like that.
keys?
I like that it took until this point where I was like, also, here's this piece of information that might have affected how I played and understood this game. Not
Yeah.
very well. Um, yeah. No, I think that's interesting because like for all the we just don't, and this is not a critique, but we just don't get a sense of the town or the city, right? We get a
Yeah.
sense of like Irons and Resident Evil 2. I think you have a note later on here comparing the mayor of Raccoon City to Eric Adams, which I want to hear more about.
Yeah. I'll tell you about it. I got it queued up.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah. No, I don't know. I just thought that was an interesting little tangent. And there's something at the end where I feel like kind of supports that too, where it talks about,
Hmm.
yeah, bombing
Yeah,
Raccoon City. So I don't know.
yeah.
Just that was my own like headcanon world building
Yeah,
purposes.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah. So the corporation in this has replaced nation states in this reality, at least somewhat, or is in the process of replacing the
Yeah.
nation states. So
I mean,
anyway.
given the outsized importance Umbrella has, I mean, that tracks to me.
Yeah. But yeah. So eventually you make your way to the restaurant, and there's some interesting stuff here. I couldn't really tell what kind of restaurant it is. It kind of looks like a diner, but
Yeah.
then kind of looks fancy too. I was hoping I
Yeah.
could find like a menu or something, but I could not find a menu.
Oh,
That'd
yeah.
been fun to look at. See what the see what cuisine Resident Evil serves.
Yeah.
Raccoon City specialized in.
Probably corn.
Probably cool. It's all gruel. It's just different types of herbs. It's like, do you want a green herb?
Yeah, or
Nine
calling
nine
it
nine.
that green sticky.
That green sticky. Yeah, we also find what's called the city guide here. So the city guide is like an inspirational
Right.
sort of letter from the like an open letter to its citizens from the mayor, who is apparently a man named Michael Warren. And he says, thanks to the kind and generous people of Umbrella Inc., this is a peaceful and friendly city. The vast donations from Umbrella Inc. have been used for welfare work, the construction of public utilities, and to help maintain public peace. In 1992, it was my fifth year as mayor of our beautiful city. It was then that through many donations and hard work, our city was able to rebuild the municipal building, create a state-of-the-art hospital. In honor of these fine accomplishments, I was awarded with a grand statue that same year. The statue rests in the municipal building. I pledge to follow the tradition of this fine city and will devote my life to its prosperity. The mayor of the city, Michael Warren.
Um,
Yeah, just like a weird thing, right? It feels like it just reminded me of Eric Adams. Like it's very much like kind of like the
yeah,
circular logic of like I represent Raccoon City and Raccoon City is good, therefore I'm good because I
right,
represent Raccoon City, which is good.
right.
Like it's that very
Yep.
like bombastic sort of like cult of personality type of thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Spot on. Yeah.
And more
And
sucking up to Umbrella.
yeah, it's weird. I mean, yeah. I just looked up a photo of Michael Warren, but all the only photo that exists is the bust of him, so he looks like this.
Oh yeah.
It's just a pixelated bust. It's like, that's not very helpful.
Yeah.
Uh,
Also weird to like make yourself a bust, you
yeah,
know?
that's bizarre.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
strange behavior.
very yeah.
Yeah, but to our knowledge, right, he was not. I mean, was he dirty?
I mean, I think so, right? I think everybody's kind of on
Probably.
the take.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's like the most corrupt, like little town in
Yeah,
middle
it's
America.
very much so. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's around this time, right? Like, so we just mentioned the bust of Mayor Warren, and we ha that's actually part of like a puzzle,
Yeah, it
right?
becomes a part of a puzzle. So it's a little bit of foreshadowing. A very
Yeah,
weird puzzle.
right. Where you gotta get an item and then put that item in his bust.
Yeah,
Poor
you like
choice of
find
words. But
we're we're jumping ahead a little bit, but it's so
yeah,
weird.
sorry,
Like, yeah,
sorry.
you find a no, it's okay. You find you get what? You get a crest from the bust, and then you bring that somewhere else, and that gives you a book. And then you take
Yep.
the book back to the statue.
Yeah.
The statue opens up and it gives you a battery that you put in the elevator, like the lift, to get up somewhere.
Yeah. It's wild. And I think, yeah, go ahead.
Well, and I was gonna say this was a note that you had, and I agree with this. It feels weirder to be doing this in this environment than it did in the mansion or the police
Yes.
station. Because we're
Yes.
just like just in town. It's like, why? Who made all this shit and why?
Right.
Yeah.
You gotta go to one statue, get a thing, and put it in another statue, and then it opens another thing that you put, you know, it's just like, yeah, I'm again, I don't want to like cinema sins this game, but that seems more acceptable in a mansion created by, you
A
know,
psychopath.
right, or you know, sociopathic police chief with a penchant for odd art, you
Yeah.
know, versus like the city is just built like
The
this.
city's just like this.
Right. It's like,
Yeah.
why is
You're a
it
city
like this?
worker and you're like, what? You come home and your wife's like, what are you doing, honey? It's like, well, I had to go put a battery in the bust of the mayor and then rig it up so that if you put a book in his hand, it'll give you the battery. And then you can use that to get to a lift that goes upstairs to a different part of town. And she's like,
Yeah.
why did you do all that? And you're like, I don't know. I just do what I'm told.
That's
I'm like,
yeah.
what?
Yeah.
Very odd.
It's totally wild. The city makes no sense.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I don't know. It's
Doesn't even
fine.
logic, I guess, but
Yeah.
yeah.
I still think that the city is the best part of the game, but it is weird when you just overlay very classic Resident Evil puzzles on an environment that doesn't really make sense
Yeah.
for that.
Yeah, exactly. It's very strange, but
Yeah,
yeah. Around the time you meet Carlos for the first time in the restaurant.
right. And this is where
And
he has his great dialogue that we talked about, where he accuses Jill of wanting to ask him out.
yeah, it's very weird. Like he starts out too, he's like very sassy. He's like, calm down, lady.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like, you know, this is literally like hell on earth.
Yeah. He's kind of from the Hinkins area, School of Voice Acting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like, that's what I thought, because there was a whole thing in like especially like kind of mid-period Simpsons where Hank Azaria, if he's ever doing a Latin character, he'll call Marge a stupid lady. So I can't thought about that.
What
But
we could
yeah,
do it.
Carlos says calm down, lady, which I thought
Yeah.
was inappropriate to
Yeah,
stage.
that's not cool.
Yeah.
No. It's he does have some interesting he starts to kind of this is maybe condescending to Carlos, starts to have some interesting thoughts where he says, we're just mercenaries. We're hired hands. Do you really think the master would tell his dogs why they have to retrieve the stick he just threw?
Yeah, so that's some like self-awareness with Carlos, where maybe
Right.
maybe there is more going on upstairs than it seems like with
Yeah,
him.
like he's like, I'm a pawn, right? I'm not told why I'm doing these things.
Yeah. But he does
Um,
seem kind of like pro umbrella still. He's like, no,
yeah,
we're here to help people. We're
right,
gonna, yeah. Like he
right.
seems like I kind of believe in the stated goal of the mission still at this
Yeah,
point.
yeah. So, so really at this point in the game, we are trying to mobilize a trolley car and get that trolley car running to get out of the city.
Yeah, yeah. So that's a real goal here is eventually we make our way to a trolley car. That's where the other mercenaries will hold up. We meet Mikhail, we meet Nikolai, and there's a note from the trolley car basically explaining what you need to get. You need to find a couple different items to get moving. I think you'd already found like the fuse, is that right?
I
There's
think
something you'd
so.
already found.
Yeah.
Maybe the cables there, yeah, something you already found, but you still need some more stuff. You need some fuel, so eventually you find your way to a gas station. There's a gas station puzzle that I did not understand at all. I don't know if you did or
No, I
not.
didn't either.
I just kind of hit buttons till something happened. I
Yep.
maybe that's what
Yep.
you're supposed to do. Maybe I missed a memo. It worked, so
Right.
eventually I
But
got that.
you get the fuel and then the gas station blows up.
Gas station blows up, and you get more like, oh no, a bunch of zombies coming in.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. But we did like the substation puzzle.
I like the substation. Eventually, you make your way to a substation. I think this is where you get like the elevator and stuff to go down there, if
Hmm.
I remember right.
Yes.
Yeah, so there's like a substation where you're trying to balance the electricity. It's not a math-based puzzle, so I enjoyed that because I like math stuff.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
there's another choice where you can either run outside when a bunch of zombies bust in, or you can try to do the puzzle again. And
And
I ran outside, which is usually
okay.
default for things.
I
Did you
think
try to do the
I
puzzle
did the
under
pu
duress or?
I did the puzzle and I believe it shocked them.
Oh,
It
okay.
electrocutes them when they're against the
Oh,
fence. Yeah.
that maybe would have been a better thing to
Yeah.
do.
It was
But
fun. It was a fun
yeah.
little set piece. But yeah, I think this is a decent puzzle that is again very kind of like simple logic math based in terms of its effect.
Yeah, it's not too complicated. Like you don't need to like bust out pen and paper. You can kind of just figure it out.
Yeah.
So I liked it. I thought it
Yeah.
was a decent amount of difficulty without being frustrating. Did you fight Nemesis at all before, like when you didn't have to?
Nope. I never
Okay.
did. I never
This
did.
was the only time I did because I think I had found like the reason for fighting Nemesis is he'll drop unique items.
Right.
So you can get an upgraded pistol and you can get an upgraded shotgun.
Right.
So I'd already had like some parts A for the handgun, I think, that I found somewhere. I can't even remember where. And then I decided to fight Nemesis because I had read that if you fight Nemesis, you'll get special items. So I was like, maybe here's where you get it. And I had I had a grenade launcher at this point and decent amount of ammo. So I just tried to fight him, and it was super hard. I mean, I used
Yeah.
all my healing items. I left with like in caution with no healing, which was not a great feeling, and
Yeah.
no bullets left. So it
Oh
took a
wow.
couple
Yeah.
tries, but I got through them.
Okay. Does he
At
just
least
like
knocked him out. He just kind of falls down.
okay. Interesting. Yeah, well, it's interesting that you say that because I had some of the upgrade parts for the weapons, but I never got the rest of the parts, and I was like, where were they? But it was clearly
I think that's
from,
when you have to fight. Yeah,
yeah,
Nemesis get the other parts. So you
yeah.
get the upgraded Eagle handgun, which was nice. It
Okay,
does.
cool, cool.
I didn't
Yeah.
like count, but probably like 50% more damage. Like
Okay,
you're knocking zombies down to like 4 to 6 hits as opposed to 5 to 7. So
okay. Nice,
yeah, that might
nice.
have been another reason why I finished with so many handgun bullets because I did have that upgraded handgun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. What was I gonna say? We eventually have to get a fire hose to put out a fire, and we need to do this to open up a different area of the map. Is that correct?
Yeah, yeah. So I use the map a lot in this game. I
Yeah.
mean, you really have to look and be like, where haven't I been yet to try to figure out where you're supposed to go. But yeah, eventually you find you can get a fire hose and use that to put out burning area, kill some dogs, and then you can make your way to a sales office. So that's one of the things
Right.
that the map does is it kind of highlights like a next place to go
Yeah.
because it'll be named on the map. So sales office was named, so that's your sort of signal that you need to get there one way or another and either figure out a way past the fire.
Right, right. I will say, and I told you this before, it embarrassingly took me two online guides and two Let's Plays to figure out where to go with that fire hose.
Okay, so you got the hose, but you know where to put
Yeah,
it.
well, because I thought that I just had to put out a fire. So I was running around looking for a big fire to put out.
Oh,
And so I
okay.
didn't realize I had to hook it up to the fire hydrant.
Gotcha.
And so I was looking for the wrong thing. So I was all over the map. And I was, oh my
Yeah, that
gosh.
would be really frustrating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's a me problem.
Yeah.
Um, the sales office though is where we get that bizarre surrealist puzzle, right?
Yeah, there's a really weird puzzle in this that feels out of place for a relatively down to earth game. Like it's weird to call Resident Evil down to earth, but it's not like it's not like an unreliable narrator type of game.
No, it's not
Yeah.
it's
And
not
this is
Silent
it's
Hill.
not Silent Hill. This feels very Silent Hilly.
Yeah.
So you're in the sales office, which is like some sort of pharmaceutical sales office. So maybe that's what Dario is doing. Maybe he's like he's a rep for the what is it, the who's the family that made oxycodone,
Oh, yeah.
the
Um,
Sacklers or
the
something.
Sacklers, yeah.
Yeah. So Dario's an evil pill pusher. We've decided
Yeah.
he got what he deserved.
He just wanted to be a novelist.
Yeah. But yeah, we run a Nikolai here, and he has just killed one of his comrades, and he has some good logic where he tells Jill that he got bit already, so I might as well shoot him now. It's gonna take less
Okay.
bullets, and
Yeah.
it's like, you know what? That's not a bad reason to shoot some. I don't know if they're gonna be a
Yeah.
zombie anyway.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Probably better to spin it as like, oh, I was, putting out his misery, but Nikolai doesn't care
Right.
about people. He's
No,
more
he's
like, I want
he's
to save the bullets. So, but yeah, the puzzle we were alluding to. So there's a memo that talks about, oh, it's a classic memo where somebody does what IT doesn't want you to do and like writes down a bunch of hints to your password and puts it sticky note on your computer where it says something about like, oh, it's a word we all know. It's a popular word in this pharmacy. And then you turn on the TV and there's like an ad that just comes on. And it's for like a pharmaceutical medicine. So the one I got was Adravil.
right.
I guess there's a couple different ones it can be.
Could be Aquacure, could be Safsprin.
Yeah. And then that's the password.
That's so
Which is very
weird.
weird because like yeah, like in real life, what would the odds be of you turning on the TV and there's just like an ad on the TV that matches up?
Yeah, it almost feels like psychic manifestation,
Yeah,
you
exactly.
know.
Which again doesn't fit with Resident Evil. It fits.
No.
So that was weird. I didn't hate it, but it was a little more surrealist than I'm used to with a Resident Evil game.
Yeah, agreed. And I think it's not long after, you get what you need from the sales office that you had written in our notes doc that there's more zombie mania here. I feel like this game really does over
It does
rely
this a
on
lot.
zombies breaking in and en masse, and it just
Yeah.
happens so much that it's not scary or threatening anymore.
Yeah, I almost was sick of it already by now, where it felt more like the zombies busting in. I was like, uh-oh, what am I gonna do? I was kind of like almost rolling my eyes, like, "Ugh, I have to do this again."
Yeah,
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 and we're like not that far in. I mean, we're like a couple hours in at this point.
yeah. So it's like it's just kind of exhausting,
Yeah.
that mechanism, which is
Yeah.
also just something that's been in the game every single time.
Yeah, every single time, but like more so in this game, which, we it sucks because I still was really enjoying the game at this point.
Yep.
Like I was like, oh, this rocks. This is fun. I'm running around, it's faster paced, I'm shooting stuff, I'm exploring. Nemesis is here chasing me around. Like I was still really, really enjoying the game at this point. And this was the first time I remember being like, okay, we're doing this again. Yeah,
Hmm.
that's when
Yeah.
this group of zombies busted
Yeah.
in.
Yeah.
Oh, we get the oil additive. That's what we get.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
we already got the machine oil from the gas station, then we get the oil additive.
Got it. And
Yeah,
this is
and then
all in.
zombies overrun
Yeah.
it, and you have fight your way out. And then at this point, you have the three things you need to get the train moving.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So yeah, we head back. I do believe this is on the way back when you're trying to go start the trolley. You're in the parking garage
That's
and
right. Yeah.
the floor shakes and then Jill screams, which is weird. It's like a weird reaction in some ways, but the floor opens up. You almost fall in and you fight. Well, I think you do fall in.
Yeah, you do fall in.
You do
Yeah.
fall in um, into a sewer area with a giant worm that pops out at different angles, which I found to be a kind of frustrating sequence.
I found this frustrating as well, and it's I give him props for trying something new.
Yes.
This feels almost like a Zelda-y type of boss.
Hmm.
Like
Hmm.
it's almost a puzzle boss. So basically you're in this little area, you're in the sewers, and you're in one room, but there's different like corridors to it, and you need to run down them and power up, uh basically put the power back on so a ladder can come down so you can get out. Meanwhile, in these corridors, there's a worm coming out that's called the Grave Digger,
Right.
and it comes out and attacks you, and it is strong. It kills you in like a couple of hits.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if you're in
And
caution, you get hit twice, you're done,
yeah. And
which was frustrating for me.
I think it felt really overpowered, but also the fixed camera angles were difficult to deal with here because there were times where the worm would be popping out, but you couldn't see
You
it.
can't see it. Yeah.
And so I was just firing grenades to try to push it back, but you're gonna get hit by it.
Yeah. Yeah. It seems like really hard to avoid getting hit. Like I feel like you'd really have to know what you're doing. And I
Right.
had just fought Nemesis, so I think I had like one green herb or something like that. So
Right.
this took me a couple tries.
Right.
And I didn't again, props for trying something new, but it
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
yeah, it was hard. I don't know, that was a fun boss.
Yeah. And I guess it's really kind of just a teaser because we encountered the Gravedigger later. We don't actually
Yeah,
kill
this
it
is
here.
yeah, part one of the
Um,
Gravedigger. You kind of fight it off and escape up the ladder and back up.
Yeah. And so once we get back up, we make it to the train. Nemesis enters the train. And so I thought that I had to fight Nemesis at this point. I didn't realize we could
Hmm.
just go into a different room on the train.
Oh yeah, I ran away right away.
Yeah.
I'd already
Yeah.
fought him once. I was like, I'm not doing this again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we go toward the what's the front of the train? We go toward the engine?
Yeah, I guess the conductor's cabin,
Yes,
conductor area.
we go toward the conductor area. And this
You put your
is
little train hat on
that's
before
right.
you start. Your Bobby Bacala in Sopranos season 6.
Okay, yeah,
We
I
do
haven't.
my new thing is I'm gonna do a Sopranos reference
Okay.
every
I don't get
episode.
that one because I'm still
And
on
you're gonna be like, I'm still on I've been in season 1 for
still
2
on
years.
season one. Yep.
And that's where I'll remain.
Um, and then yes, Mikhail sacrifices himself to save you all from Nemesis. He's pretty banged up at this point, so
Yeah. It's kind of
um,
presented like he's gonna die anyway, and this is like
yeah,
his last stand. So
yeah,
but still like, bro, he's a real bro.
yes.
Yeah.
He pulls the pin as you're starting to, you know, what am I even trying to say here? The
The
tr
brakes are out.
Yeah, the train is going, the brakes are out. Carlos literally says, "No, the brakes are out."
Yeah.
Um,
I don't know how he knows that, but
right, yeah.
yeah. The
And
brakes out light was on, I guess. I don't know.
right, I
Yeah.
guess. Mikhail pulls the pin, that car explodes, Nemesis gets tossed out of the car, and then the trolley crashes into what we will determine later is the clock tower.
Yeah. And you get another choice where you can either use the emergency brake or you can jump out of the window. I use
Yeah,
the emergency brake because that's
I did too.
like what I would do in real life, and I don't know,
Yeah, I probably wouldn't jump out the window of a
of
moving
a moving
train.
train that's going like pretty
No.
fast. Yeah.
Yeah, I would be like, is there a way to deal with this that is with the technology, like pull the brake?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what it's there for.
Yeah. That'd be
Yeah.
like saying if you were driving in a car and your brakes were out, would you use the
Yeah, would you
e-brake
jump
or
out of the
just
car?
jump out of the car? It's like, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good
So,
point. I don't know what happens if you jump out. Presumably, you probably just end up in the same place.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because that's the trouble with the system is generally you just end up at the same place when it's all
Right.
said and done.
Right.
But
Yeah.
yeah, you crash and you wake up and you're in the clock tower area.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're probably about like I don't know where was I at this point? Maybe probably like 3 hours in. We're
Three
probably about
hours
the
in.
halfway
Yeah.
point at
I
this
think
point.
so.
So
Yeah. The remaining
yeah,
areas are smaller, but
yeah, smaller and more compact. So this is really
yeah.
the main area of the game. And I don't say I was starting to sour on the game at this point, but I was already coming down from my highs from the first hour or two.
Yes. Yeah. It was
Yeah.
kind of
Even though I
like,
remember the clock tower being good, so I was excited about like being like, oh hey, I'm at the clock tower. This will be cool.
right. And I had not played this game before, so I had only heard of the clock tower as something that was cut from the
Yes.
remake.
Yeah. Yeah, which
So,
was controversial when the remake came out. This area was not included.
yeah, agreed. Yeah.
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 Yeah. Where did and I kind of said what I thought. Where were you at with this game? Like enjoyment wise? Were you still having a blast, having a
Um,
decent time, getting frustrated?
yeah, I think the frustrating parts were apparent to me, so I think that was starting to color my playthrough. Um, I think to me, I was like, okay, I get this game, I understand what it's doing. It's trying something new, which I appreciate. But I think I was like, well, what else is there to be done with this setup in this
Hmm.
game? You know, and I think that's borne out through the smaller areas,
Yeah.
which I think, as frustrating as the city can be, I think it was my favorite part of the game. It's wide enough and open enough that Nemesis can pursue you, and that doesn't work as well in the smaller areas to me.
I agree, yeah. And we didn't talk a lot about Nemesis, but I think it's a cool idea.
Yeah,
And it's
yeah,
still it has not overrun its over stay its welcome yet.
yeah,
Like when it shows up, you're like, oh shit, and you have to run really fast to get away from it.
yeah, because he's fast and he punches
He's
the shit
very
out of you.
yeah, he's faster than you, so you really have to like try to get out, try to dodge if you can, although again the dodge is pretty shaky.
Yeah,
So, but yeah, there's some cool spots. So we kind of skipped over the city area just in the some parts of the city area just in terms of a time. But I remember there's one sequence where you're trying to run to the park from
yeah,
Nemesis, and you also have to like put some gems into the clock.
yeah,
And it's
yeah,
very like harrowing because you're trying to get into your menu to put the gems in, you're trying to run from Nemesis, you're trying to dodge, you're trying to figure out which way you're supposed to go. So I don't know. I
yeah,
thought that was kind of
yeah.
there's some cool sequences with Nemesis.
No, I think that's right, and I'm glad you brought that up because I think in those sequences he's difficult to shake. Like you can't really lose him.
Yeah, he and unlike Mr. X, which we were both kind of like meh on Mr. X,
Yeah,
mostly because you can just turn around as soon as you're out the door. He's not a threat to you anymore. And Nemesis, the big thing, and this was I remember this being advertised with the game and being a big deal. He can like follow you room to room.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
And he's
yeah.
not and he's also not strictly like programmed to come in at a certain point.
Right.
Like there's an element of randomness to it, which
Yeah.
again was probably something that they did to increase the replayability of this game.
Yeah. We were talking through taking the trolley to the clock tower with the train eventually crashing in a new area, which turns out to be the aforementioned clock tower. So this is a area that was not present in the Resident Evil 3 remake. So it is something that holds, I think, a little bit more nostalgia in the fandom, and I think it's typically held in fairly high regard.
I think so. And I do remember people being pretty negative that wasn't included in the remake. That was one of the kind of dings against it, especially because it was pretty short.
Right.
Uh, so they were like, "Ah, you could have had this whole other area that you didn't do." But I can kind of see why they didn't do it. Like I like this area a lot, but it's not that long either.
No.
So I can see them being like, "Well, do we make this whole separate area for like 30 minutes of extra gameplay?" But yeah, I don't know. We'll get into it as we keep going. It is foreshadowed because you find a clock tower uh where the I blank on the name when you send the card to somebody, a postcard.
Yes.
Yeah, you find the clock tower postcard that kind of tells you a little bit. Yeah, Raccoon City, it's we talked a lot about how it's an umbrella town, a company town, but it's also kind of a tourist trap, like a Midwestern tourist trap town too.
Yeah. Yeah.
They even talk about like the trolley is like no one uses to get around. It's just kind of a touristy thing that people do in the summer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that might be in the book, not in the game, but I mean, it doesn't, obviously not well maintained. We get the whole memo about the trolley, about how like this trolley sucks. So you gotta
Right. Right.
work real
Yeah.
hard to fix it.
You have to
And
find,
also, if one little monster crashes onto it, the whole thing goes to shit. So
yeah, the fact that you have to find component parts throughout the city in order to get it up and running suggests it's probably not in great shape.
not in great shape. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and the clock tower is not in great shape after the trolley crashes into it.
Now,
So,
yeah, once we get done with it, it's not in great shape. This is
no.
the St. Michael clock tower, it says in the postcard. So,
Interesting. Hmm.
for what that's worth.
Do we know what Saint Michael was the patron saint of?
I don't, but I can try to find out. Do you have any guesses before we go?
Greed? No, I'm just kidding. I don't think they're patron saints
I'm
for
gonna make
bad
saints
things.
for the seven deadly sins. He's the patron saint of adultery.
That sounds,
Oh, I'm sorry. You
no,
go ahead.
go ahead. No, I was just gonna say that sounds like bad, like fan fiction or bad, like fiction or a bad fan sequel to Seven, the patron saints of the seven deadly sins.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah, if I redid Seven on Hulu as a series, like every episode would be about different sin.
yeah.
Yeah, that'd be too long. Okay, so he's Saint Michael the Archangel. God damn it. God. The Archangel. So he's kind of a famous guy.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
associated with courage, protection, and divine intervention.
Yeah, he's kind of like a warrior type of one of those type of angels.
Hmm.
I remember there being did you watch Supernatural, the TV show?
No, I did not. I just missed all of it.
Yeah, it's not bad, but you're not missing that much. But Michael was a big part of that
Oh, okay.
because they
Okay.
get into like Christian lore.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Christians, much like Resident Evil fans, they love their lore,
They
so
they do. Yeah.
they're
Yeah.
all into it.
Big Venn diagram, Christians.
Yeah, they
Uh,
make YouTube videos about it and all
yeah.
sorts of stuff.
The
Yeah.
evil residents. How is that not what the fandom is called? You know?
Yeah, there's no real word for RE fans, right?
No.
Yeah, they're
No.
just kind of, yeah, this is what
Just
it is. But
just
we'll think of
fans.
one. We'll
Yeah.
think of one.
Yeah. So
Or
what were
write in with your suggestions if you have one.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what were your impressions of the clock tower generally?
I really liked it. It is a shorter area, so that's a little bit disappointing, but it feels almost like another version of the mansion where
It does.
you're not in the open streets of Raccoon City running around. Now you're back in like a closed design space. So I like that part. Um, I was very happy to get some herbs right away because I can't remember talking about this in the first one. This game is definitely it's more action packed, it's more combat heavy.
Yeah.
I feel like you get less herbs, at least compared to the amount of combat you're doing.
I think that's right. I remember not being in a super tight position, but remember thinking that I would always like to be having one more than I had.
Yes, I felt like that too. And I felt like I didn't have that in Director's Cut or 2. And maybe it's because I just played those games before more than I played this one. But yeah, same as you, anytime I got a herb or a first aid spray, I was like, hell yeah, I
Yeah.
can use this. Yeah, it felt good.
Yeah. Yeah. But I agree that the area feels kind of like a throwback to one and two a little bit. It feels kind of gothic and weird. The fact that there is music box puzzles, which we'll get into, and kind of libraries and grand staircases. It feels like very at odds with the aesthetic and the levels of three. And so part of me feels like this is almost kind of you know, Capcom saying like we're not that far removed from.
Yeah.
you know.
It's returned to the kind of gothic sort of setting.
Hmm.
Yeah, that we had, especially in one.
Yeah.
Even in two with the RPD section was
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So I think I like this because maybe I don't know, I'm at odds with it because I think maybe I just want traditional Resident Evil stuff because the openness of the city frustrated me. Um, so in some ways this is a fun area, but it's also kind of going backwards into what the games previous to this one did.
Hmm. Yeah. I can see that. And yeah, overall, I think it's an interesting area that's maybe like the whole game, a cool idea that's not executed quite up to its potential. But yeah, we'll kind of go not quite blow by blow, but we'll talk a little more in depth about what goes on in the clock tower. Um, so the first kind of story beat, you meet back up with Carlos. So
Hmm.
you're on the train with Carlos, and then when it, crashes or you jump out the window, you kind of get separated. But you meet back up with him, and I thought this was a weird exchange.
It
I don't know
was.
about it, but Carlos is already sort of like the whole point of going to the clock tower is that's where you're supposed to be picked up by the helicopter.
Yeah.
Like that was the plan for the Umbrella mercenary guys. UBCS, were they? Was that it? Umbrella Biohazard Customer Service. But yeah, he comes in and he like doubts that Umbrella's gonna come get him.
Hmm. Yeah.
But I don't know where that character change came because he was pretty pro Umbrella in a lot of
Right.
ways. And
Right.
it was like, oh, we can't trust them. And then Jill, who would have no reason to trust Umbrella, is like, no, they're gonna come, trust me. It felt like the dialogue got like flipped almost. Like it almost would
Yeah.
have been better if it was the other way around.
Yeah.
But then Jill like slaps Carlos to slap some sense into him. So it feels like almost they did have the dialogue the other way, but they're like, oh well, we probably should have Carlos slap Jill. That'd be weird. So let's
Yeah.
have Jill slap Carlos instead.
Yeah. Yeah. It's bizarre. And then he just says, I just can't handle it, and he runs away.
Yeah, he runs away. And that's how like
Which,
Carlos is separated from Jill this time. He goes off
right.
and yeah, it's yeah.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't we don't love Carlos.
no, no.
Yeah.
He's just I think the writing is not great, and the fact that he always runs away, it doesn't really make sense considering, the other people who are alive at this point we've encountered are, the Nikolai, who is just killing people, and Jill. So it doesn't really make sense that Carlos would just consistently abandon her.
Yeah, there's no real yeah, it's a flimsy reason for it. Carlos just being like, I need some time to myself. I
Yeah.
need space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a weird kind of opening kind of mini cutscene that inaugurates this section. Um, yeah, were there other things that stood out to you in the clock tower?
Well, we do find we find some notes from the mercenaries, so we find some more dead mercenaries here. There's one guy who he's kind of positioned with like holding a girl, like a dead girl. They're both dead.
Yeah.
And then his diary talks about how, he came here as mercenary and then he met this not like it's not like really romantically, but he met some girl that he's trying to protect because he reminds the mercenary of his sister. But they don't make it because she didn't want to evacuate without her dad. So that's kind of sad.
That is sad. Yeah.
Yeah. And then we
I
also
mean,
find some more kind of Umbrella's evil type of memos about like evacuating the employees first. Do you remember that one?
yep. Yep. Yeah. Which I think is just a continuation of how profit driven and cutthroat Umbrella is that, Umbrella employees get precedence with evacuation or who's going to be saved.
Yeah. We
Um,
even talked about like basically like sacrificing some of the civilians to the zombie horde.
yeah,
Like, oh yeah,
yeah,
we use them this track. So it kind of makes it seem like the mercenaries weren't so much trying to save people as they were to make sure there was no survivors.
yeah,
Maybe before they knew about what was going to happen to Raccoon City, like wipe everybody out so no one can say what really happened.
yeah. They're definitely not, through the memos anyway, painted in a positive light.
No.
So. So yeah, I think that's really dark. I think it's like appropriately dark for Resident Evil, which has always been, um, I would say at least in some ways anti-corporate,
Yeah, I think so.
or at least it's if the
Pro,
series isn't, it's portraying an evil corporation.
yeah, they're like the main nemesis, if you will, throughout the whole
Mhm.
series. But yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So
but also a little bit anti-government too. There's lots of like government corruption, so kind of sprays the many fields, the Resident Evil series
yeah,
politically.
yeah,
Yeah, they're pro NGO. They're big on the NGO
that's
front.
true.
Yeah,
That's
so
true. Probably pro paramilitary group if it's run by Chris.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, we need the right a paramilitary group with the right values. That's what I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the that's the main issue of our time. But yeah, there's some cool puzzles in the Clock Tower too, which I liked. We had puzzles in town, but I don't know, these had more of a Resident Evil feeling to me than some of the town
hmm
puzzles.
hmm
So there's I think you come to do you do the no, the music box puzzles a little bit later on. The first one is that putting the weights in the different bowls puzzle, right? Isn't that how you get upstairs?
I believe so. Yeah. Yeah. So you have an obsidian weight, an amber weight, and a crystal weight, and you have to put those weights in puzzles of differing orders in order to move clock hands embedded in those paintings that have the scales. That sounds totally insane when I describe that.
It does, but it makes sense when you're doing it. Oh, I think I was wrong. I think you do the music puzzle
Hmm.
first.
Okay.
But yeah, you do the music puzzle first. So you're kind of like climbing up the clock tower to the top of it. But yeah, there's a music box puzzle where I like this. You kind of have to listen to it, and there's a music box downstairs that the melody has to match up to, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Did you find that helpful having the music box downstairs? I just kind of not quite brute forced it, but I just kind of like
Hmm.
I was like, well, that sounds a little off. Let me tweak it a little bit, and then eventually the music box worked. But I didn't really.
Yeah. I knew that I was supposed to reference the music box downstairs, but I didn't. And I just came up with what sounded like a not discordant melody. And
Yeah,
that's how I
exactly.
figured it out. I was
Yeah, you can kind of tell how it's supposed to sound and move stuff around, but
right. Like
kind of a fun little puzzle.
you wouldn't have a melody that goes da 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 da.
Yeah, exactly. So
So
yeah,
yeah, it was
It was not a like John Cage music box or a Captain Beefheart music box.
no, no, it
Yeah,
was not. Um, yeah, I thought it was a fun puzzle. It was like kind of the discordant music box was kind of creepy, but that was kind of fun. Um, and
yeah,
then
music boxes are creepy, huh?
yeah,
Like
like not
in just
inherently, but
not inherently, but like culturally. Like when's the last time there
mhm.
was like a wholesome music box? They're usually portrayed as being like, ooh, weird.
I feel like they're often used in sentimental ways, right? Somebody finds a music box that belonged to like a parent or a relative,
Okay.
and it's kind of, nostalgic. Or
Yeah.
it's the opposite, it's creepy.
Yeah, I know. If I found a music box, I'd be like, oh, I'm cursed now. I'm fucked.
You would say you find a music box and you'd say, I'm fucked.
I'm fucked. Yeah, I'd burn it.
Like if you found it just around, or like what if you were in a store that sold them?
I mean, music boxes are us. I'm like, oh no, why am I here? Yeah, I don't know. I guess it's just one of those things that's like, kind of like a mannequin, Like a mannequin's not
Sure.
inherently creepy. Like culturally, if you find a creepy mannequin, you're like, ooh,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, and mannequins I think are pretty prevalent in Resident Evil in the later games.
very prevalent in their main kind of complementary rival series, Silent Hill. They're all about the
Mm,
mannequins. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
Silent
Um,
Hill was originally going to be a video game tie-in for the movie Mannequin. I don't know if you knew that.
no, I didn't.
It's not true, so
Okay. I
yeah,
I
sorry.
I could I was like this one could go either way. Um, but
That would be a weird thing. I was thinking about mannequin recently because I mentioned to you I got my teeth pulled. The dentist was very insistent on putting music on.
Yeah.
And one of the songs they put on was like "Nothing's Gonna Stop Us Now" by Starship,
Hmm.
and that was the theme song for the movie Mannequin.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, so I
Got
was
it.
had that movie on my mind recently, vis-a-vis getting a tooth pulled out of my skull.
I did think you're when you texted me about yeah, kind of gritting your teeth to
To the 80s.
nothing's gonna stop
Yeah.
us now. I was like, that's a very funny image, but I do feel bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like swearing to the 80s. I was bleeding from my mouth to the 80s. Yeah, dude.
You know what else was bleeding from the mouth? No, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to do that transition for everything. It's my favorite. You know what else was
You
blank
know
blank
what else
blank?
was you know who else has dental problems? Probably due to his lack of lips. Is the Nemesis? Is that where you're going?
That is, yeah.
That's where you're
Yeah.
going. So you
Yeah.
climb all the way to the top of the clock tower. So it is what, 2 stories plus the clock tower part of
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Um, and then when you're on your way down, again, you run Nemesis and you get one of the key mechanics of this game, the pick which one you do type of thing.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Uh yeah, and you have the choice to either use the it's presented to you use the cord or use the light. So that's a little bit out of context. I think we talked about this last time, but I didn't realize that if I picked use the cord, that that meant unplug a cord on the clock tower and stick it into a puddle and shock Nemesis.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Like you think maybe like that's what I did too, just because when you're walking by and you see that there's kind of like a puddle of water very conspicuously. So I was thinking, oh, I might have to shock something for that. It just felt very video game-y.
That's true. This
But there's
is
also
your
big lights, so I went with use the cord as well, and that electrocutes him.
right. Because I don't know if shining a light in his face would slow him down.
Yeah, I don't know what happens. I didn't go back and check what would happen. You
Yeah.
think not much compared to electrocuting him, but he drops the for me at least he dropped the first aid box.
Okay.
Did you get that?
No,
Or
I
did you get
didn't.
like
I don't
did you
think
get anything?
I don't think I got anything.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
I
What's
think
the
I got
first
that
aid
then.
box?
It's kind of a cool idea. So it frees up some more inventory space.
Hmm.
One thing I don't think we talked about, in addition to having more action-based combat, inventory space is less of an issue in this game because it quickly gives you 10 slots for it.
Yeah.
And it also gives you this cool thing where you can basically one slot you can fill it up with 3 different first aid sprays.
Oh, that is useful.
Yeah, so it's
Wow.
very useful, especially with its boss battles coming up, which I think I used all 3 of them for
Okay.
this final Nemesis boss battle.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But yeah, once you electrocute Nemesis, you this is where you go down and end up in the statue with the weights puzzle.
Right. And I have
Yeah.
learned that that is officially called the Goddess of Time puzzle.
The Goddess of Time puzzle.
Yeah. So
Do you think it's the same goddess from Claire's jacket that will protect Jerry? I think it's a different goddess.
probably the poly to monotheism of Resident Evil is unexplored. I think it was funny when you had the Sopranos reference.
Hmm.
Then you were talking about the jacket, and you were like born in heaven. That was fun.
Yeah. Well, there's a chapel in the clock tower. That's like the save room for this area is the chapel.
Oh, I didn't even know that was a
Yeah.
chapel.
Yeah,
Hmm.
it has like a little I'm not my Christian lore as we talked about, but the little like podium that the priest guy talks at it has
A
that.
lectern?
A lectern. It
A
has a
lectern?
lectern. It has pews.
Mm. Oh,
Yeah, it's like a
okay.
little
Yeah,
chapel.
that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Now I
So we know
remember.
that yeah, we know that there's Christianity is a thing in Resident Evil.
Right. We
But
are
apparently
not
there's also like paganism with gods and goddesses and polytheism and whatnot.
like Las Plagas?
Well, not Las Plagas, but just like the goddess of what do you say it was? The goddess of
Time.
time? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
God's time, Saint Michael. I
That's
guess that's
true.
Christian, so that
Yeah.
doesn't really count. But
Yeah, the goddess of time, I mean, that might just be like artistic or cultural. I don't know if that's necessarily pointing to a deity that's worshipped in Raccoon City.
yeah, that's fair. uh,
I
yeah,
mean, who's to say?
who's to say? Whomst among us really knows?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Did you enjoy the goddess of time puzzle?
I did. Yeah, it was one of those puzzles where it wasn't too hard, but wasn't too easy either. Like I don't remember all the ins and outs of it, but I remember being done, being like having that kind of like, oh, cool, neat little puzzle type of feeling.
Yeah, I think it's one that it took me a little bit to figure out what it was actually asking us to do. Because if you put in the different objects into the scales in the painting, it turns the clock hands different amounts. So I think understanding that each of the um, balls is weighted differently, I think, you have to figure that out and then figure out what the actual objective is, which I remember. Do you remember what it is, what we're trying to do with it?
I'll be honest, I don't really remember what I was trying to do. I just
Okay.
remember liking the puzzle.
Yeah.
You
So
had to like make a certain time. Did you
yeah,
found that somewhere?
you have to match, I believe, the all the clocks which are embedded in the puzzle.
Oh,
So you
okay.
have to get the middle one to the appropriate time. And so you have to do a little bit of math or you can trial and error. But yeah,
Okay.
I think it was rewarding. I would say this is my Resident Evil 3 Nemesis hot take. We promised hot takes. I think this is the best puzzle in the series so far.
Really? Okay. I'm not that
Yeah.
high on it, I don't think, but I didn't
Okay.
dislike it either. So,
Yeah. I
well, you know me, I
mean,
like the more like number-based puzzles. Like I like the
okay.
substation and the
Got it.
making the V-jolt type of stuff.
Got it. I thought you were going to say my favorite puzzle is pushing crates.
I like the crate pushing puzzles. Yeah, I'm a
You're
real.
like, I
Yeah.
love pushing
I
statues to
love
buttons on the floor.
I love logistics. That's my real passion. So anything involving moving cargo.
Yeah, how do I push but not pull this heavy object?
Yeah. Well, it's
Um,
you
s-
could hurt yourself if you're pulling it too much. So
you could, you
phrasing.
could.
Sorry.
Ayo.
Ew.
Um, so we get after we solve this puzzle, we move toward wrapping up the clock tower, and we get a bizarre fake out ending, right?
Yeah, so we've kind of signaled for the helicopter come, and then it's I don't know. I couldn't remember what I felt when I was first playing this. I feel like I kind of knew this can't be the end already. We're not that far in, but it feels very like it's selling it too much.
Hmm.
Like it has this dramatic music, and Jill like runs out of the clock tower, and I even think she says something like, "Oh, we're
She
saved."
does say that, yeah.
Yeah, and then Nemesis comes up and just rocket launches the helicopter. It's actually kind of funny.
Yeah, it's just like
You've got great comedic timing, Nemesis.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
just
he's
like
a
we're
very good.
saved. It's finally over. And the first time like he uses his rocket launcher to just blow this
Yeah,
helicopter out of
just
the
blows the
sky.
helicopter to hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you have to fight him. So I already fought him once. Um, and we shocked him upstairs. I think the more you fight him, the easier he is in the required boss fights.
Oh, that's
Did you read
interesting.
anything about this? Is this true?
I
Am I
I
making
didn't, but
this
that's
up?
interesting if true.
That might be why, because I remember me liking some of these boss fights more than you did, at least when we were
Yeah.
texting. And maybe
Yeah.
that's why. Maybe because I had fought him already, he was like a little bit easier to take
Yeah.
down. But it is a challenging boss.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. I feel like this is maybe the first, I would say like major significant point of divergence for us in the game because I think you were much more positive than I was on this fight.
Yeah, I liked it. I like the area. You're fighting in the courtyard. There's the flaming wreckage. You're dodging around. You have to make a lot of use of the dodge mechanic in this, which is I was thinking about this today. It made me curious to go back and play the like original on a PlayStation with a PlayStation controller and see how it feels. Because
Hmm.
at least like the emulated version on PS5, the dodge feels like very inconsistent.
Agreed.
Like I do the exact same thing every time, and I'll be like, maybe I'll dodge, maybe I won't. So I never really learned the rules about when to dodge, but yeah, sometimes you dodge though, and you're like, oh,
Yeah.
okay, cool. And then you can
Yeah.
Can blast him.
I'm always surprised when I successfully dodge, though.
Yeah, me too, but it was like a pleasant surprise. I was like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
Nice. I get
Yeah.
hit that time. And you have
Yeah.
the mine thrower here too, right?
Yeah, which is
We found that.
that's a weird weapon.
It's kind of just in the clock tower area. I mean, I guess
Yeah.
you can use it later, but you'd never find any other ammo for it, I don't think. Unless you can make the ammo. I just never made the ammo. That might
Yeah, I don't think you can.
Yeah.
It was strange. I mean, it's on a time release, right? The mines seem to have a time or proximity release.
Yeah, so you can shoot the mines and they will attach to him and blow up, or you can shoot him like in front of you and run away and he'll walk over and they'll blow up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
But eventually
yeah.
you sort of you don't really defeat him because he comes back multiple more times, but yeah, you knock him out at least where he goes away.
Yeah. And I think for me, we talked about this a little bit. I think one of the reasons I really struggled with this fight was the things that make this game feel dated for some people, right? So like I think having a really fast enemy who's strong makes the fixed angles and tank controls harder to deal with. Um, and also I found this was close quarters in the sense that you get knocked down a lot and he'll knock you down and then pick you up before you can get up,
That was kind of frustrating.
which
So
I'm
you
like,
do have to like if you mash the buttons, you'll get faster.
yeah. And I was
But
mashing,
sometimes even yeah, sometimes even mash the buttons, you'll still won't make it, and he'll knock you down, then pick you up and damage you more. So you
right,
can be like in
right,
caution and be basically one shot killed by him.
right. Should we cut in Chumbawumba as we're talking about this?
I get knocked down,
Yeah.
back you up
Do
again.
we have the money
That
to
song.
pay for that licensing?
I don't know. I don't know how hard up Chumbawumba is, so
Yeah,
that could be good or bad for us.
right. Yeah.
Like maybe they'd be like, yeah, $10 you can use I get knocked down. Or
They're
maybe
like
they yeah,
they're like $3,000. I'm like for like
$3,000.
I'd take out a loan.
I'd max out a credit card
Yeah,
for
yeah, sure.
for the
Yeah.
rights to tub thumping.
Yeah. I get knocked
Yeah.
down and I get
Well,
up
they had
again.
didn't they have like a lot of people in that band? It's one of those bands that inexplicably has like 20 people in it.
What? I don't think it's like Parliament.
Parliament Funkadelic.
Yeah.
Or like like a parliament in a legislative system.
It's not like Parliament. They actually pass legislation. No,
Yeah.
I don't
Well,
know
they're
how
very
many.
political too. They're like I feel like you don't get this out of tub thumping, but I remember hearing that they're like a communist, like an anarchist slash communist type of
Oh,
band.
interesting.
But again,
Uh,
I don't know how that relates to tub thumping specifically.
it looks like at least at a given time they had like 11 or 12 members.
Yeah, that's kind of
That's pretty
a
big.
lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty big.
Yeah, they have a
I
whole occasional members and guest list on Wikipedia.
oh boy.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we
Um,
have to do a Chumbawumba podcast.
yeah,
Dig
yeah,
into this a little bit more.
yeah,
And then
yeah.
make Resident Evil references on that and annoy everyone.
Be like, this is like when Nemesis. People are like, what?
Yeah. When he says you get knocked down, do you think he's talking about Resident Evil 3? When did that song come out? It was probably around the same time. It was
Yeah.
97, so that was
Okay.
like more Resident
Yeah.
Evil 2
They
time.
probably played an early build. That's what it was about.
He wrote Tub Thumping. I guess the game's so cool.
That's my headcanon for tub thumping.
Yeah.
Um, but no, this took a ton of ammo for me. It
Yeah.
took
I died a
nine.
few times.
Yeah, this fight took me like 20 minutes at least of like constant trying again. It took eventually 9 grenade rounds, 7 shotgun shells, and 6 mines to take him down.
Okay. See, I think maybe he was a little bit easier for me then. 'Cause I don't remember using that much ammo.
Okay,
Like I
yeah,
think I just used the mines and the shotgun on him. I don't think I had
wow.
used a grenade launcher. So maybe he was weakened from fighting with the substation.
And
But
that would be consistent, right?
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
so
Eventually you get rid of him. But Jill, uh, despite the fact that she's been bitten by zombies this whole time and hit by Nemesis this whole time, she gets like stabbed with one of his tentacles, and then
mhm,
she's sick. She's ill.
right. Yeah,
Yeah.
can't spell Jill without ill.
Can't spell Jill without L.
Yeah.
But
Um,
Carlos kind of it's one of those Resident Evil boss fights where you get to a certain point and it kind of turns into a cutscene, and then Carlos comes in and shoots him some more to chase him off.
right. He
Yeah.
hops out of the flames, somersaults, and then machine guns the shit out of Nemesis and
Yeah.
actually blows up his rocket launcher.
Oh, that's right. He does blow up the rocket launcher.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And then Carlos gets rocket launchered himself, but somehow survives that. Like he just gets hit and gets up.
Yeah. Well, he's had paramilitary training. That's part of it, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's how that works.
Just stand there. In the same
Um,
way where to be able to use the taser, you have to like get tasered, you know? That's like part
oh,
of it.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah, supposedly. So if you want to use a rocket launcher, you have to get rocket launchers. So you know what it feels like.
Yeah. And those who survive are in.
Yeah, if you
Those who,
survive, then you're in a communist guerrilla force in Central / South America.
right. And you'll
Yeah.
need plastic surgery later.
You'll have plastic surgery later. Probably because all the rocket shots you got. Anyway, you become Carlos. Well, that's a weird way, but you start playing as
Right.
Carlos.
Jill transforms into Carlos.
Yeah.
Uh,
So
yeah.
yeah, you're Carlos. You got what do you have? You have your rifle,
Yes.
which is a kind of like the rifle from two. It operates on like a percent basis. I don't think you get ammo for it, do you? You kind
You
of just
don't.
have what you have.
When you're out, you're out. Yeah.
Yeah, I use it all
I did
between
too.
yeah between Nemesis and Hunters, and then you also have a handgun and a knife.
Right. And
Yeah,
so
there's
Carlos's
more zombies now too.
yes. Well, and Carlos's whole mission, right, is to go to the hospital to try to find an antidote for Jill.
Yeah, so he wants to save Jill, and then wants to yeah. So he do you find a memo that tells you to go to the hospital? You just kind of it's just kind of like, well, there's probably a vaccine. There's probably medicine at the
I think
hospital.
it's the latter. I don't recall an
Okay,
actual memo.
yeah.
It is
Which is
kind of
kind of funny
weird.
because in real life, like in that scenario where there's no doctors, like I wouldn't feel comfortable just like going to a hospital and be like, I'm just gonna go find medicine. Like I don't really know what medicine does, you know?
Right, right.
Like if you just
No,
had a big pharmacy in front of me, I wouldn't know. Like, well, what's gonna make her not a zombie?
right.
Ibuprofen,
Right, especially
penicillin?
since in this game you have to mix the vaccine again. So it's like I wouldn't know what I'm mixing or
Yeah.
why this hospital would have drugs that could reasonably be combined to provide an antidote for Nemesis poison.
Yeah. Yeah. For like the newest disease ever. Like this is a brand new.
Right, right.
Yeah.
The
Brand
newest
new thing.
disease ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, at this time. You know.
Yeah. Yeah,
We've
it's
had
like
we've had diseases since then that have
yeah.
cropped up, but
Just you wait. Just
yeah. In 1998 we just had the T virus story about, so yeah.
right. So the
Monkeypox
host
wasn't even a glimmer in his daddy's eye at this time.
What do you think of the hospital as an
Yes, what do you
area?
think of
What do you think
monkeypox?
of monkeypox?
It's like I'm against it. Yeah, so you kind of make your way up to the hospital, right? Because the whole thing, you're barricaded into the clock tower as jail because there's a giant bell. There's a replacement bell that someone left around. And it's just like in a storage room blocking a door. And Jill even had something about like oh, who could even move this thing? It's so huge. And I thought it was gonna be that would be like Nemesis would bust in through there
Right.
and move it, but no, it's just Carlos. That's
Right.
the answer.
I didn't think the answer would be just a man to
Yeah, just
move
a
it.
guy.
Right. And I mean Jill
I
is
mean, he's
stars.
he's
She's
he's buff,
resource.
but
Yeah, but like Jill
yeah,
is stars. She's resourceful. It's like you couldn't think of any way to like maybe,
yeah.
you
Could
know,
use the lever or something.
yeah, or
Mhm.
just shoot a hole in the door and knock it down.
Yeah, I don't know, but Carlos just brute strengths it, brute forces it, and pushes the bell, so he can get out of the clock tower and make his way to the hospital. And this is another like kind of little mini area.
Yes.
You can go on. You have what, 3 floors total? You have the basement, floor 1 and floor 4, I think is all you can go to.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's I don't know, it's a hospital. Do you have big thoughts about it? I kind of don't. It just kind of.
It's so
The hunters are back in
I
red form,
yeah,
for better or for worse.
I think I appreciate that it is not an area that we've seen in the series so far, being in a health facility that's not like a science lab, evil science lab, but it kind of becomes an evil science lab,
Yeah, that
which
was
doesn't make
weird
sense to
too.
me. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll get there in a sec. I guess I'll just comment on the hunters. Right, the last time we saw the hunters was in Resident Evil 1. They are red and black now, but I think it's the same model. Um,
Yeah, I like palette swapped. It was,
yeah,
yeah, they were like sub-zeroed.
yeah, yeah. I still don't like the hunters. I think the design's kind of goofy.
Do they jump in this one, or do they just run at you and claw you? I don't remember.
I think that they just run at you. I don't think
I
that
think
they
they just
jump.
run at you,
Yeah, because I don't recall having
which,
any issues with trying to
yeah,
hit them.
yeah, which makes it a little bit easier. So I don't know. I just machine gun them. They're kind of a few I kind of just ran away from.
Yeah.
Was upstairs because I was like, I don't know how much more I'm gonna need this machine gun. So,
I do
um,
I do think it's funny that if you get killed by the hunters, they will like eat you up entirely. Like they will like gobble you to the
yeah,
like your
that was
legs are like
a
sticking out of their
cool,
mouth.
yeah, that was a cool like death animation. I thought.
Yeah, it's like wow.
Yeah,
Um, but
yeah,
yeah, I mean, I think to like the things that we were talking about, later on in the hospital, you find hunters and tanks. And I'm like, why would
yeah,
that be in a
and that's
hospital?
bizarre.
Yeah,
So Umbrella was also like using the hospital to experiment on. I guess
presumably.
I guess if I want to be generous, I'd say that, people die in hospitals. Um, not, you know, not because hospitals are bad. This is an anti-hospital uh position. I'm just saying sick people tend to go to hospitals and sometimes they die. So it might be that they're needing the dead bodies to experiment on, maybe. Or the live bodies are sick and then they tell the family like, oh, he died. I can't see the body. And they're like, no, it's we got rid of it already. I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe I'm going out on a limb
I mean,
trying to be
maybe.
nice to this game, but
I think again, like I don't think everything needs to be perfectly explained because this is Resident Evil 3 in
I had the same
1990,
thought where it's like one of these, there's tanks of hunters in here.
But like
So
why? Yeah, or at least just give
yeah.
us a memo that explains it.
Yeah, they don't. They actually the memo that we get here that is interesting is just about one of the doctors just talking about like the progress of the virus and trying to treat the patients and kind of eventually realizing like, oh, we're fucked. Yeah,
Yeah,
we're not gonna make it. So
yeah, yeah.
yeah. I think he
Uh,
says it's impossible to maintain the hospital under these conditions. And he's talking about like a zombie uprising.
right,
Like, well,
right.
yeah, it's probably is. So,
Yeah, yeah. Is he talking about that or late stage capitalism?
yeah, exactly. Well, that was
Yeah.
made me laugh. He's like, they keep cutting our funding. It's impossible to run under these conditions. There's zombies everywhere. You know,
Yeah, they're like same response, whatever. Do your
I am
best.
beginning to feel the same itchy and hungry desire that all my patients felt. So we already have a callback to itchy and
Yeah,
tasty.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. But just 2 games later.
yeah, yeah. And he
Um,
signed it, Dr. Robby from the Pit. So
Dr. Robby was in Raccoon City?
he was in Raccoon City, and then
Amazing.
that's why he's so sad in the Pit because he saw the bad things that happened in Raccoon City.
That makes me
And
want to
then
do
also, and then also COVID. So yeah.
that makes me want to do a Pitt Resident Evil like mashup where instead of Robbie's flashback to like peak COVID, it's like he just flashes back to Raccoon
Flashback to
City.
Raccoon City.
It's like
He's gonna like attacked by zombies and yeah. Like no.
that
No.
that would take like so much work for just like something that nobody would care about at
Yeah, it's a
all.
total throwaway.
It's like, ugh.
And then one of his
Uh,
somebody on his team's like, I saw you go into the room and have a zombie flashback. Don't tell anybody about this. Anyway, good show
yeah,
at the Pit.
yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Coming back in February, season two.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I looked at a trailer and it was like, this looks exactly like season one.
Yeah, I feel like they kind of did everything in season one. Like, I don't know what they're gonna do. I mean, they kind of.
Yeah. I
Seems like they
mean,
covered most things, you know?
yeah, they're like, ooh, we haven't done burn victims. It's like,
Yeah. Yeah, I guess they can just go back through old ERs and try to find some more stuff
yeah,
to do. But yeah, they
yes,
did, they did child abuse, they did vaccines, they did mass shootings, they did funding, they did abortion, they did a bunch of
yeah,
stuff already.
yeah.
So
I
yeah.
do feel like, and that's where like medical dramas get weird, is when they're just like getting into like very bizarre niche things, you know? Like
Yeah.
that's among other things, what Grey's Anatomy, they're like a bomb threat, a mass shooter, like a plane crashed into the hospital. It's just this laundry list of increasingly unlikely
Yeah.
things.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like eventually like this hospital is not
They,
good.
they would need
Yeah.
to shut it down. It's like,
Yeah, yeah. Like
this
why does this
is
keep happening to us? So,
this is
yeah.
not good.
Yeah.
Um, but you know who we meet in the hospital?
Uh George Clooney. I'm trying to think of more famous TV doctors.
Yeah,
You
he's
mean
n-
Nikolai,
he's not a
that who
doctor, but he is a
we had stayed at Holiday Inn Express last night.
yeah, a doctor
Yeah.
of pain, maybe.
You were those commercials from
No,
like
I
15
don't.
years ago. Okay.
What was it?
Uh, there's these commercials where somebody's like, "Are you a doctor?" He's like, "No, but I did stay at Holiday Inn Express last night." That's supposed to be like, like you're a genius if you say a Holiday Inn Express was the point of the commercials.
Is
But
that the
yeah,
point?
I think
I want to
so.
watch it.
Yeah. We'll watch it. We watch the RE3
Okay,
advertisements. So yeah.
that's cool. You get a Resident Evil 3 advertisement as well as a bonus Holiday Inn
A Holiday Inn
advertisement.
Express
Yeah.
advertisement
Yeah,
and maybe some the Pitt slash ER talk.
all right, yeah, yeah. Bonuses you didn't want.
Yeah. uh
But yeah, Nikolai, so I'm a little unclear about his motivation here. Maybe you can help me out. He is alive after we think he might have died at the gas station that he blew up.
yeah, that's
And
weird.
yeah, maybe this is wrong. I have in my notes that he says he's after the super virus. Is that correct or no?
I think he said something about that. So he's kind of like he's a mercenary, but additionally Umbrella has him like above the other mercenaries.
Yes.
Like he has an additional sort of mission to recover some information and also get rid of some people. So
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
kind of what he's doing for everything. He's just, shooting people and blowing stuff up.
Right. And
But
he's like the monitor, right? So he's trying to accumulate all this information
yeah, that's what
about
they call them. They call them the monitors, or like it's like being a team trainer in the Umbrella,
right.
the UBCS world.
Right.
You get extra
So
50 cents an hour.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So he's like we encounter him killing people in the hospital. This gets a little cartoony for me at some point. A soldier that he shoots in his dying breath, the soldier unpins a grenade and it blows up and Nikolai like flies out the window. That's a little too
Yeah, it's a little
cartoony for
silly.
me.
A little
Yeah.
silly. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, our job here is trying to find a vaccine for Jill. There's a puzzle where you have to move a crate to a pressure plate on a floor, and then the painting falls off the wall, and inside is a safe. And if you get the proper code, you get the vaccine base. And this is just like another thing that I think it's like this doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, like why in the hospital? Like why is everything like this, you know?
Yeah, why do you need a pressure plate to get to a safe, like this is a public institution. This isn't
Yeah.
some weirdo mansion. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's just
imagine a
weird.
hospital you're just you know, like, oh, grandpa's a little chilly. I'm gonna move this fan over. And then you move it to the corner and then yeah. The painting falls off the wall. There's a safe behind it. You're like, maybe we should transfer. This place is
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah. It's like, why? Yeah. So it's just kind of bizarre. But I guess, I don't know, I guess you have to go with it. Um, you mix the vaccine. I thought the vaccine mixing puzzle was fine. It was what you would expect.
Yeah, it wasn't. I don't have a lot to say about it. It's kind
Yeah.
of yeah. You're just moving stuff around, pushing buttons. Typical
Yeah.
mid-level Resident Evil puzzle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So once we get the vaccine, we go back to the first floor via elevator. You do have to take out a lot of zombies with your presumably machine gun or rifle,
Yeah.
which is kind of fun. It's fun to have a little bit more firepower.
Yeah, it is. I mean, we're doing big quarter zombies again, but I didn't mind it here. And
Yeah.
then yeah, the hospital's gonna blow up, so you have to run out.
Yeah. Why does Nikolai set a bomb to blow up the hospital?
I don't know. Maybe he's trying to destroy the evidence there, but then they're gonna blow the whole city up. So yeah, I don't
Right.
know. I guess
Yeah,
just I mean, like in real game design land, it's so you don't waste time going back to the hospital, I think, as Jill. Like it
sure.
kind of feels like, okay, you're done here. But
Yeah.
from a narrative standpoint, yeah, I don't know that's well explained.
Right. Yeah. Because you get into the lobby and there's a bomb set for 6 seconds. So you have to
Yeah.
like vacate
And they just have to run
immediately.
out. But it's not challenging really. It's like
No, no, it's you have
kind of
like
weird.
10 feet to go. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it's not like oh God, I don't how am I gonna do I have time to get out of here? Just call me, walk to the door and leave.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. But then yeah, you kind of make your way back to the clock tower. You run the Nemesis again. Um, here I do think if you fight him as Carlos, he's easier as Jill.
Oh,
I'm talking
interesting.
about
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
because I still had some assault rifle bullets on him, so I like pumped him into him, and then he didn't. Yeah, he didn't die, so I just eventually went back to the chapel and gave Jill the vaccine.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I think it's a little interesting to me that at this point, Nemesis is mutated, so has like a lot of tentacles. His like clothing is starting to strip away. I do think, and I think it's fine. It's not a major critique, but I do think his AI is a little weird because sometimes he'll follow you and sometimes he won't.
Yeah, it's and that was part of the concept of the marketing is that he can actually follow you to a new room, unlike Mr. X. But he is limited where he can go. Like he's not gonna go into save rooms.
Right, right.
Yeah, and there's some other places where he just doesn't go. So I don't know if he's like on a leash with these, where he'll only follow you so far, or if they just programmed him not to go into certain rooms. Like I don't know behind the kind of under
Yeah.
the hood how that works, but
Yeah, it is a little
yeah,
unclear. We do get an explanation from Jill in game, and she says that Nemesis is toying with them, which is,
doesn't really make sense either. Like his
yeah,
his whole reason he was made is to kill the stars. So
yeah, I don't think he's
yeah, but there's
trying to be
some
sadistic and,
some
or
self-awareness we learned from one of the memos. So
yeah,
yeah, maybe I don't know. Who knows?
yeah, yeah.
But yeah,
So
that's also
yeah,
just Jill's opinion. I mean, she's never taken the time to sit down and get to know Nemesis either.
that's true. Yeah,
Yeah, so
yeah,
it's weird that she assumes that.
yeah, yeah. That's strange. So
Yeah,
Jill gets the vaccine,
and
and
there's
there's
a
a
there's a
time jump.
time jump. Yeah, so this game is it takes place both before and after RE2. So the first part's before RE2, and now we're after RE2. Yeah, we're gonna be September 30th, I think. After this,
October.
it was October 1st. I remember it's like the end of September.
Yeah. How cool would it have been if Jill looked directly into the camera and said, "Wake me up when September ends"?
Can you imagine? Yeah,
It's like that song wouldn't come out for another 5 years.
yeah. She prophesized it, but we'll be on the other side of Resident Evil 2 when we pick up, and we'll be back playing as Jill. That'll be fun.
Yeah, more Jill. We'll
Yeah.
we'll finish the fight against Nemesis and wrap up with some of the smaller but no less memorable areas of the game.
Yeah. I've heard that many times, but
Which part? Yeah?
smaller but no less memorable.
Oh.
That's that's my dating.
Oh.
That's all my dating profiles. I guess that's bad, maybe in some ways. Like you don't want your generals described as memorable. I guess it could be good or
I
bad.
mean, I guess it depends on the context,
The
right?
context,
I
yeah.
mean, it
So
could be because you have genital
particularly,
warts.
yeah, it could be, yeah, could be something. unique in a good or a bad way.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
But if you had a general ward in the right place, that could maybe be a benefit. Be like the French tickler. You know what I'm saying?
Um, I get the
I like
gist
how
of it.
we're just recording outros. Right? Like, let's make sure and put some stuff we have to cut in there. Uh,
You're like genital warts can be good for performance.
for performance. Well, is that why you get? Because people will put piercings on their penis sometimes. Is that the idea?
For performance?
Well, no, for like enhanced pleasure for either
I've
you or
heard
your
that.
partner.
Yeah, I've heard the Prince
Yeah.
Albert
Yeah, the Prince Albert, that's what
can
it's
do
called.
that, but I don't know
Yeah.
if that's actually true.
Seems like a long way to go to me
Yeah,
personally. But
yeah,
I know I have
yeah,
heavier piercings, so I'm not the one to judge, I guess. But
yeah, yeah. I haven't
yeah,
had my piercings for a long time, so
yeah.
yeah,
Do you think
probably not the
Carlos
safest.
would?
Would he have piercings or would he have a Prince Albert?
Both.
I would say Resident Evil 3 original Carlos definitely. I would
He
say
maybe had his nipples pierced. I could see that.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
like yeah. Remake Carlos, no. I don't
Yeah.
think so. I
I
think
don't
he's a
think so
little bit
either.
more serious. But this Carlos is
This Carlos is like
like
a playboy. Yeah.
yeah, he's like asking out Jill in the apocalypse.
Yeah. Yeah, he just like mean girl surrounded by zombies, like, hey,
Yeah, yeah.
what's
All the
a
ladies love me.
what's a girl like you doing in a place like this? And she's like, I'm about to get killed by a horrible monster that's stalking me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So, yeah.
yeah.
But
But yeah, you'll have to
anyways,
stay tuned for next time where we talk about all this and more.
all right, that was another episode of Hot Zombie Summer, and we'll be back in a few weeks.
And in the meantime, check us out on Apple, Spotify, or wherever else you get your podcasts. And be sure to follow us on Instagram and Blue Sky at Hot Zombie Summer Pod, all one word.
So until next time, don't be a Jill sandwich.